Take your own advice. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to start taking our own advice. We got to do it. I stopped giving other people advice not too long ago, probably in the past year. And I stopped giving people advice because I realized I wasn't taking my own advice. It's not good. What I realized is that it was easier for me to focus on other people's problems rather than facing up to my own and solving my own problems. Ain't that funny? Isn't it funny how like your brain can trick you sometimes? It did with me, where I go, oh man, I'm such a good guy. I'm helping other people solve their problems. I'm giving them this and that advice, and solicited or unsolicited, and unsolicited. And in reality, I was just avoiding my own problems. That's all I was doing. I was avoiding fixing my own problems in my own life. That's what my brain did. It made me go, oh, am I actually doing something good here? Yeah. Nope. Not really. It's like a form of escape, I think. For me, it was escapism, where I go, wow, like being able to help other people, what it did was it took away the work and the time and the self-reflection needed to actually fix myself and work on myself with my problems. Because I feel like deep down, we know what we need to do. Most of us know what we need to do to solve our own problems. Like I know I do, for some of the big ones. But then that's one thing, is knowing it. The other thing is it's actually doing it. It's actually taking our own advice. That's the hard part. That's why it's so easy to give advice, I realize, is if you give advice, you don't have to do any work. The buck stops there, as they say. You're done. You don't have to go through the pain of fixing the problem. You've just helped diagnose it. What's the saying? You can't see the label when you're inside the bottle. That's the saying. Right? How could I talk the talk when I don't walk the walk? I don't got the Vince McMahon strut going on. That's what I need, if you're a WWE fan. How can I talk the talk when I don't walk the walk? I don't even walk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm limping. I'm limping out the door. And how can I be pimping when I'm limping? That's enough of that silliness. But you get what I'm saying. Hiding behind helping other people. I got man, serious reality check for myself. It's just I think one thing that helps me is like I'll try to be in third person to myself. And then it feels like I'm talking to myself, where I'd like use my name. I'll be like, Steven, you really got to stop eating popcorn late at night. You turn into a gremlin late at night. This is taking away from the goals that you want. I'll look at myself in the mirror, like that helps. You know, almost like trying to get out of my own body and being like a third person. You got to take all these little steps and tricks. You got to trick your brain into like working on yourself. It's helped me out. It's worked wonders for me. And I'll tell you what, no one's really been even asking for my advice. No one's gone, hey, where did Steven's advice go? I wonder where it went. I can't believe that's gone. It made so much, because no one cares, really. And we all have our own problems. But if you help yourself, you can help others. That's a good outcome of it. Some of my biggest advice to myself this year was like, making these videos. I'm trying to get to know myself better. I'm trying to really be me. I guess it's gonna be a consistent theme out of all of these. It's like, I want you to be yourself. I'm trying to be myself. And sometimes it feels like it's hard to be yourself in this crazy world, but it's really not. It's like, you have to make the commitment. And what I realized in like a month of making these is I love making these videos. That's the easy part. The hard part is just the consistency, just doing it every day. Because some days I'm not in maybe the best mood to do it, or I don't have the right thing I've thought about, and I'm still trying to find the words. As you can tell, I still try to find the words for some of my thoughts. We all do. But after I do these, I always feel good. I always feel like, hey, I did what I said I was going to do. I took my own advice. I got a little closer to figuring out who Steven is because he listened to his own advice. It's all those like little things. And I think the consistency for most things, that's the hard part when we're giving ourselves advice. It's like we know what we got to do, and then it's like walking the path. You can get distracted, go off the path pretty easily. But the consistency, like, while that's the hard part, it's like as long as you're focusing on it, you're gonna get there. You will. I think what we should all be doing is just taking our own advice. I think we'd all be in a better place if we did that. It's worked for me, I hope it works for you. Let's take our own advice.